What started off as a journey to make money and provide for my family has evolved into a purpose with a passion. I quickly realized that the real value is not in the cars that I sell or the money I can make. The real assets are my clients. And the ultimate value that I find is in the relationships that I'm able to create. This is Vet Adventures, and together, we all win.
My point of view is people are the most important thing.
You're a great sport, man. You're awesome.
Your word is more important than any written piece of paper.
You always want to be a person that can dream and imagine and believe that it can be.
Do what you love to do.
It's a calling, it's not a job. You know how to put the work down.
Today we're headed over to Orlando, Florida to visit a great local client of ours, Claudio Gambin. Claudio and I have been associates for the past 3 years, since 2023 when we first met sitting courtside at the Orlando Magic game. I overheard his conversation with him and the GM at the Porsche Orlando store talking about him wanting to get the new 992 GT3 RS. I had to chime in, shoot my shot and say, hey, I can get you that car. So we exchanged information, stayed in touch, and I was able to source him a painted sample Miton Blue GT3 RS, and that's what kind of catapulted our relationship. And since then, I've helped Claudio when it comes to a few other Porsche vehicles for his collection. Claudio comes from the financial industry. He is the owner and founder of GFG Solutions for your business, tax strategy purposes, financial advisor, anything to do with finances when it comes to business. Check him out, GFG Solutions. But in this client interview, we'll sit down, we'll let Claudio tell his story and give you some insight onto who he is and what GFG Solutions is all about. Claudio, appreciate you having us over here, and thank you for your time, man. It's been a great pleasure to conduct business with you, as well as watch all of the free content that you put out on what it is that you do for a profession. I'm truly fascinated at that because somebody who aspires to create wealth for myself and for my family, and hopefully generational wealth. What you do for a profession as far as financial advice and with your company with GFG Solutions. I'm a student, and I appreciate you taking the time to put all that out there.
Of course.
And so you guys know with Vet Adventures here, with these client interviews, I sit down and I let the client talk about how they got started in business, what they do for business, and share their trials and tribulations with how they got to where it is that they are today. In hopes to inspire you guys to put yourself in a financial position to go out and achieve your dreams and your goals and whatever that looks like for your life. So with that being said, I'll give you the floor to go ahead and introduce yourself and what you do for a profession. Yeah.
Claudio Gambin, own GFG Solutions, as you said. We are a consulting and strategic advising firm. Came from the financial services space, built a successful wealth management firm from 2009 to 2019. Sold that and thought I was gonna retire. But ultimately decided to restart the consulting side. I've always worked with entrepreneurs, so my entire book of business is only business owners. And I'm fascinated by business. Like it's my drug of choice.
Love it.
Is business. So the opportunity to meet with, talk to, learn from clients on a daily basis was something I didn't want to get rid of. So we built the consulting firm to just focus on strategy, because so many business owners, Jesse, you could probably relate to this. They get the fact that they are their best investment.
Right.
Not all, but most, right? So as a wealth management advisor at the time, the biggest hurdle I ran into was, hey, don't invest in yourself, invest with me. And then they would say something like, well, you can't compete with the returns that I can generate for myself. And I would say, you're right, I can't. Because you can't. So when we got rid of the wealth management firm, the consulting firm is designed to double down on that, right? We want to make sure that the golden goose, the business itself, is protected and it runs efficiently and does all sorts of stuff. So that's what I do for a living. But most importantly, I'm a father.
Amen.
I'm a husband.
Yes. You have 3 daughters
Yep, I've got
Awesome.
3
Girl dad.
daughters and 1 son.
Okay, shit. Oh, I didn't know you had a son.
So 9, 6, 3, and 1.
Oh, that's right.
I am consistently motivated to make as much memories as I possibly can.
You do a great job at that.
Thank you.
You do.
Yeah.
From what I see.
I
you know.
live and work in between those moments.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I can, over the past like 6 months, maybe a year, I got caught up in like really just being so focused on work that I was forgetting to kind of like live and enjoy, because I'm trying to push and get to a level where I want to be. And, you know, you got to kind of remind yourself of why it is that you work, to enjoy those moments and to actually live a life, you know, for your family and outside of all the work and the grind and you know, the...
Yeah, I remind people all the time that your work is the wealth engine that helps you be able to afford memories.
Yeah, yeah.
It's valuable, it's important, but it's not the why.
Do you ever feel guilty when like, or even maybe when you're starting, like, because I kind of deal with this sometimes. I feel guilty if I'm not doing something that's related to work.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's normal.
Yeah,
right?
I've always said that if I ever write a business book, it's going to be called Guilt and Caffeine. And
That's a good one, bro.
because for the first, I would say, the first 7 years, I got married December 19th, and I started the business in January.
Okay.
January 5th.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so I've had this business just as long as I have been married. So for the first 7 years of our marriage, she ran her business, I ran my business. We both worked 100 hours a week. There was no distractions. I literally like walked away from every friend I ever had. Any distractions. It was 8 days a week, like your typical like grind mentality. Right. But when I had my first daughter, actually before that, my wife got sick. In 2016, she got sick. And growing up incredibly poor, Jesse, like, you know, my parents and I have an incredible relationship. They're my best friends. My sister's one of my best friends. I have a great family, but we were poor, like below lower middle class poor. When you grow up poor, you believe the lie that money solves all problems. So when I had the opportunity to go build something and grow, and I tasted it, right? Like year 1, I made $8,300.
And that was what
year 2, I made $17,000. Year 3, I made $178,000. That third year was like an addiction. Like when I tasted that, I could not get enough of it.
Love it.
But when she got sick, when Melissa got sick, I learned one of the most valuable lessons I'll never take away is that no matter how much money I had, I couldn't buy her a cure.
Yeah.
And that like completely shifted how I choose to live my life, because for 6 months there, she wasn't gonna live. Like she was diagnosed with cancer. She had tumors inside her spinal cord.
Wow. The
doctors were like, this is not good. Like it was, and you know, you'll appreciate this. They found the tumors when she was 9 months pregnant.
Wow.
With Coco, our firstborn. So like,
caught it early.
Yeah, no. So she's alive. She's good. Everything's good.
Yeah, of course.
Everything's good now. My point is for a moment there, no amount of money, was going to change that destiny. It was either God or God. You know what I mean? And it's truly a miracle that she's alive.
Right.
You know, and she's got a purpose, and Jesus has a purpose for her life, and that's why she's here today.
It's amazing, bro.
But part of that purpose, I truly believe, was to slap me in the face and go, "Wake up, man!"
Like to live, like be in the moment with your kid.
Wake up, because you know she'll probably be embarrassed that I'm putting this out there, but it is what it is. Like
it's an important factor.
We were doing this.
Yeah. Because you both were running your own.
Yeah. We were literally
Drifting
just
away.
moving so far apart, and I truly believe like that. That was one of the hardest moments of my life, but it was the best thing that has ever happened to us.
Chills, bro. Think about that, man. Sorry that happened, but I'm obviously, you know, you're glad that happened because it made you guys stronger and closer. And if I'm not mistaken, she works with you, right? She's a
No. She's got the hard job.
Okay.
She stays home with the kids.
Gotcha. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, she was actually out of town for the last 24 hours, and I barely survived.
Well, you're still here, brother.
Yeah,
Still
we made it. And literally, she walked in the door, and I was like,
Yeah.
I made it.
That's awesome, bro. Yeah, here, take them all back. That's sick. What So you talked about how you grew up poor. You know, obviously, there's a lot of people that grow up poor that aspire to be wealthy and successful. They call it the 1% for a reason. So very few, are granted that silver spoon. What was your childhood like growing up, and what drove you to be in the financial space?
Yeah. I heard this saying the other day, and it literally has become my favorite thing to say. If hard work was all that it took, the donkey would own the farm.
That's a great quote.
Right?
Yeah.
And my dad is one of the hardest workers I know, but we were still below lower middle class, right? I was born in Brazil.
Okay.
I moved here when I was 7.
Yep.
I'll give you the long, short version, but when I was 3 years old, I was kidnapped and sold.
Wow.
They caught me, they found me, I was returned back to my family.
Wow, bro.
And my nanny at the time, who kidnapped me, was arrested. Okay. And my mom has told me that basically, like, if they would have gone to the cops, they were going to kill my whole family.
Whoa.
My mom went to the cops. The nanny got arrested. So one day, my mom is driving home and she sees the nanny walking down my street 4 years later. She was released from jail.
Okay.
The very next week, they were like, pack it up. We're moving to the United States.
Yeah. That's wild, dude.
So we moved here when I was 7. My sister 10. And what blows my mind, and this is why I'm successful.
Okay.
There's no doubt in my mind that this is like what makes me tick in the world that I live in. In Brazil, my parents did well. Middle class, upper middle class. My dad was an engineer. My mom was a professor at university. And when we moved here, they didn't take one step down. They fell all the way down to the ground. Yeah. My dad was working construction. My mom was cleaning houses. Both had 2 jobs just to make ends meet. And this is the why. Not so that they would have a better life, so that me and my sister had the opportunity to have a better life.
To create what you're creating now.
And in perspective, you've got kids, right? What if you picked up everything you know today and moved to
anywhere else?
Russia.
Yeah.
You have no friends there. You know nobody. You don't know the language.
Yeah. That's tough.
But you're not even moving there, so you have a better. As a matter of fact, your life is gonna suck.
Yeah, my life is over. It's about them now. Yeah.
It's about them now.
Yeah.
So my parents made that sacrifice. So who am I to not show up every single day to be the very best version that I can be?
Right.
To not honor their sacrifice. Because if I call it quits, if I just decide that today is just one, I'm not making that extra call, it's just too hard.
Yeah.
I am basically slapping their sacrifice in the face.
Right. That's I think about that in terms of kids in youth sports who come from poverty, and their parents do everything they can to put them in the right position to succeed. And then, when they become successful in sports, they turn around and they give all the gratitude and the thanks to their parents for sacrificing and putting them into the position. So that's a great why that you have. And that obviously is probably why you have a great relationship with your parents.
Yeah.
And that's kudos to you, man. That's awesome, man. That's super sick. Man, I wish everybody could have that. That's sweet.
Well, then again, like if all it took was that, then the donkey would own the farm. Right. So then, like, you take that and you go, how do we go a little bit further, right? And the part of what I believe has led to this, it's consistency.
Yeah.
The magic, I believe, in business, any business, is understanding the process that it takes to be successful, and then being incredibly consistent with that, right? And I truly do kind of go back to that quote, like, the donkey is not consistent. Right. The donkey does not know the process, which is why the donkey doesn't own the farm. You know what I'm saying?
The donkey is the donkey for a reason.
The donkey is the donkey for a reason. And that's the one thing. You know, there's so many things that we could pull, but you know, my dad never made a lot of money, but he never stopped trying. So he kept failing and failing and failing and failing. And it took me, it wasn't until I was like an adult and I had failed to put together that, like, man, the ball's on this guy.
Shit, I watched my dad get up every day and
he would build a business and then it would
Consistency.
fail, but then he would start another business again and it would fail and then like fail. But like his greatest success is his legacy.
Love it. Love that.
So like as we think about today and where we got to this to begin with is like, do you ever feel guilty not working? I feel guilty not living.
That's deep. Because that's what it's for. You know, that's what it's for. Yeah. Dude. Think about that, man. You feel guilty not living. You don't want to beat your head against the wall 24/7, you know, and never stop to enjoy and smell the roses and truly live in what matters most. And that's why, you know, I kind of separate my world from, you know, like the physical reality, the matrix versus, you know, what actually is the purpose of why we're here, and to live and to experience and to enjoy this life and to create memories. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of my biggest goals is to travel the world with my family, like, because there's such a vast world out there with all different types of cultures, and you know, I want to experience it and indulge in what it's like to be in South Africa or you know, wherever around the world. It's a beautiful thing. It's
Yeah,
so
but like,
cool.
so the perspective on that is, you know, there's a lot of really cool ways to make memories, right? Like we can go fishing, we can go hunting, we can drive cars, we can go on rally. Like as boys, we can go make memories. We can go to the Magic game tonight, we can go, have a good time.
Yeah.
And then you can go make memories with your wife and with your kids. But like, one of the core things that I think about consistently is like, my main job right now is to be the memory for my kids.
You're giving great insight, dude. A different perspective for me to like really.
Because like at one point you're going to die.
Yeah.
And what's the memories you're going to leave behind for your kids? Because your memories are going to become their lessons.
Would you look at it like almost like a pyramid? Like at first you're the provider, then it becomes like I'm the memory maker, and then I'm, you know, I don't know. I just see you.
It's a continuum. I think it's a continuum,
I see,
right?
Yeah, I see.
The way I look at this is on the business side. Like, this is what I talk to my clients all the time about. It's not just about the thing. It's about what the thing can do to create more things. And let me kind of break that down a little bit. When we first start business, right, our number one problem is I gotta go sell something to make money to pay the bills, right? You gotta be a provider.
Absolutely.
Once you solve the provider, like on this continuum of your business journey, then your very next job isn't to grow providership. It's to build more providers. Right? So like, I think about this with business all the time. Like, how do I make it so that I don't have to do the thing to make the dollar? Because if I have to do the thing to make the dollar, then I am selling a minute for the money. But the minute I can teach somebody to go do the thing to make the dollar, then the dollar is made without me having to make the dollar, right? And then if I figure that out, then how do I get 10 of those guys?
Yeah.
Right?
You're breaking this down, dude.
But that's kind of like what I talk to clients all the time is like, hey, we're gonna build tax strategy, and we're I mean, dude, I am the very best in the country at helping you save money.
I believe it, dude.
And I say that with conviction. Because it's not about how much money you save in taxes. It's what you do with the savings that really makes a difference. If you were gonna pay $1 million in taxes and now you're paying $300,000, what you do with the $700,000?
Yeah. So what do we do with that?
Well, that you build providers.
Okay, yeah.
You build more people that can build your business.
You build more pieces. So basically reinvest it back into the business to make it grow.
So I identified my processes to help grow my business, right?
Okay.
I scaled it down all the way to my daily habits.
Okay.
It's super silly.
You gotta start.
You're gonna think I'm crazy, but I have to make every single day. I make 8 phone calls.
Okay. Like in the morning? Is that like?
That's it. If I just make 8 phone calls, I win the day.
Love it.
Now they're very specific phone calls, but if I make those 8 phone calls, I win the day.
Yeah.
Right? And so my job is to make those 8 phone calls, win the day, and then after I've won the day, it's to teach other people to win their day.
Love it. Love it.
So I just distill everything down with my team, and then I do the same thing with my clients. Like, how do you win your day, Jesse? What does it take for you to win your day? And if it's more than one thing, it's too complicated.
Yeah.
Because we have channel capacity, we can handle 3 things.
Right.
Like, so.
Yeah.
Again, not to be overly simplistic.
Yeah.
But that's what my job on the continuum is to build as many providers.
Yeah.
So that my business survives regardless of me.
Right. They say like if your business solely relies on you, you really
don't
just
own a business.
You don't own your business. You just
own
have a job.
You own
a job. Yeah.
And
yeah.
But then again, we distilled that down. Okay, well, my business as it is today is 85% self-sufficient. It's not 100. It's 85. So it still needs me, right? So I'm working on how do I educate, automate, and delegate. How do I
educate, automate, and delegate?
Educate, automate, and delegate. Like, how do I educate the right people to do the right things at the right time with the right processes? How do I automate stuff so that I don't need more people, right? Especially with technology we have today.
Right.
And then how do I, as a control freak, learn to delegate?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What would you say like your biggest challenge in learning how to do all that was? Obviously if you're a control freak, like
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
The hardest part, the biggest challenge, is when you find success here, you have to do it in a very vulnerable sense, because if you do this effectively, you become completely useless in the business.
What do you mean? Like, when you find success here, you become completely useless in the business?
If the business operates without you, you are no longer useful in the business.
Right. So.
And the ego.
Oh, okay.
The ego challenge for me.
Okay.
For me, like,
I see.
I've got a couple of incredible consultants in my organization that
I know what you mean.
Sometimes clients call and they want to talk to them.
And you're like,
and I'm like, what do you mean that? I'm the man.
Yeah, I see where you're going with this. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's kind of like, hey, Claudio, you're not needed here anymore. What?
Well, because I built this.
Right, yeah, because you.
I.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But the minute I become useless in the business,
right,
that's what winning looks like.
Yeah, you're kind of like those.
And when I got there and I won, I was like, ugh, I don't like this feeling.
Yeah, you kind of need to dig back deep and start building and creating more, right?
So then you have to do inner work to understand why you don't like this feeling.
Yeah, that's very mature. Yeah, to do that.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's the biggest.
You learn a lot about yourself.
That's the biggest challenge, man. Is when you find success, it turns out to be something that you had no idea what it was going to feel like, and then you're there and you're like, ooh, this doesn't feel good.
Yeah,
but it doesn't feel good not because it's not right. It doesn't feel good because you're not right.
It's probably why that and now you don't really know what to do. Obviously, you can go and create memories, but you as like an entrepreneur, a builder, a creator, an innovator, you have to, you want to continue to do that. And I think that's why a lot of people, when they retire, they don't really know what to do anymore.
I can't tell you how many times we work with clients, they sell their business, and the next week, the next month, the next 6 months are some of the saddest times of their lives.
Man.
Because they lost their purpose.
Yeah.
They're not relevant. They're not needed. You know what I mean? All of us, we're building stuff to be part of the community.
Dude, it's not putting your feet in the sand and sipping, pina coladas
you
on an island.
You can do that for only
2 days. Yeah, like, dude, all right, let's get back to doing something.
So it's funny because I would say at the 5-yard line of selling this business.
Really?
Last year.
Okay.
And we got the number right, and it was more money than I could possibly ever spend. And I'm really good at it. I'm really good at spending. We got the numbers right. The strategic was right. I mean, everything was right. I was having a conversation with my wife, and she's like, "Why are you doing this?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Why are you selling?" And I was like, "I don't know. Like, we get to cash out. We put more money in the bank, and blah 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 blah. You know, all the socially acceptable reasons."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, what are you gonna do next week?" She's like, "You can't stay home."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "I don't know. I think I'm just gonna start it over." And she's like, "Then why are you selling it?"
Yeah. Just keep it.
Just
keep
to
it
make
pushing.
money?
Yeah. Dude, Shout out to all the good wives out there, man. They're literally like the other.
Yeah.
Dude, they see what we don't. They feel what we can't. Like, they're just there to like navigate our wins and say, hey, honey, I think you should stay on this course. You know what I'm saying? And you're kind of like, what do you know? But damn, I think she's right. You know, like I think she's right.
Every time I don't listen to my wife, I regret it.
Dude, same, bro. That's why
Like, there has not been one moment where I was like, no, you're wrong. I'm gonna follow my path, and then it was like, it actually went right.
Shout out to all the wives out there, man.
Hell yeah.
You got a great one. So, your ideal client. Let's say, you know, who is like your target client, and then what does that process look like for like onboarding them, or that first initial conversation? It's like, hey, Claudio, I'm interested in using your services. Like, how do you?
So I've built the business around all this, right? Like a ton of work, but I've built the business around how do I have as much fun as possible.
Okay.
And I'll get to your answer, but we don't have core values. We have house rules.
Love it.
Okay. Our number one house rule is let's play.
It's a great vibe.
We have to have fun.
Yeah.
So I've built my business to work with the kind of humans that I love working with. There's not one client that calls me that I'm like, this guy again.
It's great.
No.
Yeah.
And for that to happen, we're super careful. We're really curated about the kind of clients we bring on board and who they are as humans, not as wallets.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
I don't care how much money you have.
Yeah. You got to be a good fit.
If you're a jerk, you're out. I'm not doing it. I don't need I don't need the money.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to enjoy my life. It's part of the making memories process. So we bring in 35 clients a year only.
Okay.
We're not big. We're boutique for a purpose. Because those 35 with us, they're gonna win.
Love it.
That's high touch, high service. But we work specifically with business owners. That's it. Business owners. We work with business owners of a certain size, right? And not because I'm just only working with big clients, it's because I know that once they're at 10 million of top line gross revenue, I can be very impactful, which justifies how expensive I am.
Yeah. That's your zone.
That's it.
Yeah.
If you're at 2 million, doesn't mean that I can't help you, but
I'm not for you.
It'll be really difficult to squeeze enough juice for me to be able to charge you what I would have to charge you, so no one wins. If you're at 50 million, I'm probably not interested either.
Yeah.
Because you're too big, I'm probably not going to be able to bring enough value.
Yeah.
Your 50 million is going to eat up 3 or 4 of my client cap space, and then I won't be able to service other clients effectively. Right? Service.
Yeah,
Service. So I would say 10 to 25 million is where our sweet spot is. The entrepreneur, the brain, that kind of a brain is who we work with. And we do really 4 things for them. Number 1 is asset protection. As business owners, we both know that there's enough risk as a byproduct of just being a business owner.
Right, absolutely.
So we dig into risk management, making sure that their household is completely protected, that there's, financially speaking, no one can take what they've built. Number 2 is tax strategy.
Big.
Tax is huge.
Yeah.
Mainly because we all have a silent business partner in Uncle Sam. Except Uncle Sam does not show up with cash calls. Uncle Sam does not give you great ideas. Uncle Sam does not really show up to work.
No, he does not. He shows up one day a year.
He just shows up to collect on April 15th.
Yeah.
So my job is to take your tax bracket and reduce it as aggressively as possible while still keeping you out of jail.
Right.
And we aim to land at around 5 to 10% effective tax rate.
What is effective tax rate like to
you
reduce
make a
your
million,
taxes?
you make $1 million, you pay 50 in taxes.
Okay.
You make 2 million, you pay 100 in taxes.
Nice.
That's what that looks like.
Yeah, that's
right.
solid.
That's what we aim at. We don't always land there. Not always perfect, but that's what we aim. The third thing we do is optimization. Let's just say that you were supposed to spend $400,000 in taxes, but now you're spending 50. What do we do with the money?
Yeah.
Who do we hire? How do we reinvest? Do we feed into marketing? Do we feed into executive team? Most of the time, it's how do we buy the business owner more time so that the business owner can go do more of what the business owner is good at?
That's a very valuable thing and probably very appreciated.
Because then I can help grow the business, right? If your special sauce is bringing in clients, you should not be doing admin work.
Right.
Right? So we bring in the right team to help. We don't bring it in, but we like talk about the strategy, and then we hire the right recruiters, and we help execute an optimization.
Yeah, such a valuable asset right there, man, because as the operator of my company, I'm always wearing every single freaking hat. And, you know, not that I don't mind it, but I know as I want to grow, I'm finding myself not focused on sales as much of like, hey, I gotta make money, hey, I got money, because I'm so focused on other areas of the business to grow that need the attention that only I can give it right now. But, you know, how I see it in the future is my job is to go out, pull in the clients, bring in the business, have the team behind me, feed them those opportunities and those deals. We all make money together, but I keep going out and building the brand and pulling in the business.
Yeah. But again, you got to have the liquidity, you got to have the capital.
Exactly,
that,
yeah.
Right? And the unique perspective that I bring to the table is I've interviewed over 25,000 business owners in my career.
Wow.
There's not a problem that I haven't come across that I haven't helped solve.
Right.
There's different
You've seen
iterations
everything,
of different industries, right? So I have the unique experience of learning from others. And the last thing that we do is succession and exit. We understand your why. We understand what you're trying to accomplish. We reverse engineer it, and I help you build out that one thing. What is the one thing you need to be doing, Jesse, every single day that's going to help you achieve where you want to go 5, 10, 25 years down the road?
Yeah. What is it common to see the same thing in the business owner? It's all different. Right?
Yeah,
'Cause it's all different industries.
It's similar to industry.
Right.
But it's X times consistency.
Yes, brings right back to what you were talking about. Your dad being consistent every single day. That's, as an entrepreneur, like, consistency, dude. That's so true, man. Like,
it's such a hack.
Yeah, it's a slow consistency too. Like, it's not as fast as you think it is, but yeah.
So I'll tell you something. When I first started my business, Joe Meyer was my managing partner at Northwestern Mutual at the time. When I first started this with Northwestern, and I will never forget this conversation. Joe Meyer says, "Hey, one, you're never in a hurry. People in a hurry, people that take shortcuts, often take the longest to get to the end result."
Yeah.
And that was incredible business advice because young, hungry, you want to take shortcuts. Shortcuts are the longest roads. And two, he said, consistency is going to win.
Yeah.
So we identified at the time, this was 2012, that if I set 2 new meetings every single day, I was going to achieve my goals. Yeah. And I wasn't being very consistent.
In setting the meetings?
In setting the 2 new meetings every single day. 2 new prospect meetings,
Right, yeah.
At the time, it was like 300 cold calls a day.
Yeah.
Right, to get 2 new meetings. And I wasn't being very consistent because I was operating based upon how I felt.
Yeah, I find myself in that position.
I slapped my parents in the face in their sacrifice every day. And it wasn't until I clearly defined my why and built some pain. So funny story is at the time, one of my friends in the office loved a vanilla latte from Starbucks, which was $7.62. And I said to her, I said, Michelle, every day that I don't set 2 new meetings, the very next day I need to bring you a vanilla latte. Right?
Yeah.
And that at the time was a lot of money and very painful. In 2.5 years, I bought her 2 lattes.
Well, you're setting your meetings.
I did.
Yeah.
And that, I kid you not, those 2.5 years set me up for what I have today.
It's very powerful. And I can utilize that too, because I tell myself all the time, like, I need to be calling my clients more and being engaging with them more. And I don't know what you would call this, but I'm like, well, they should remember me. They should know to call me, you know, like whenever they need me, they can call me. It doesn't work like that. Like, they're not thinking about you like that, you know, and you got to be taking the initiative, setting those meetings, having a purpose behind that meeting, something of value that's a mutual benefit to each of you. And and that comes from me with a confidence thing of seeing myself at a certain level and feeling like I can provide the right type of value to them. And I feel as if I'm personally coming into like my own on this new next level of where I'm at in my business. So I appreciate you sharing the set 2 meetings a day, make 8 phone calls a day, because that's something that I can implement. And I'm a big believer in that will catapult your business in a short amount of time.
No, it won't in 3 months. It won't in 6 months.
But
it won't in 12 months.
It's a great habit to have, you know.
But the most powerful force in business is momentum.
Yeah, facts. Fact.
It's hard to get, easy to lose,
Yeah.
but not very hard to keep
Right.
when it's going.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I like, everybody has different strategies and habits that they implement to increase the probability of success. And
Right.
I'm going to take those away from
Of course,
our conversation right here. Well, sweet, man. Let's talk about, you know, some cars. You know, where'd your love and your passion come from cars? Because obviously you got some sweet taste.
Man, you know, I don't. So I've always loved cars. Since I can remember. My dad loved cars, and that was one of the things that we did together. We watched cars, and I remember even as early as 5 going to like car meets with him in Brazil. And then coming here, you know, he would always make me wash the wheels. It pisses me off, man. But just fell in love with cars and Formula One racing. We would always watch Formula One together. And it's just something that became a passion.
Love it.
And as any young entrepreneur, I've always wanted a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Right? So I had the picture of the Ferrari. And hang in my office over there, hanging on the wall, is the most amazing future that I wrote for myself in 2009.
So you wrote like a...
In 2009, I wrote a letter explaining what my life looked like 5 years later.
That's sick.
And the cars that I would have and the house that I would have. And in there, it wrote that I would be driving a 458 Italia. And sure enough, that was the first Ferrari I've ever bought, man.
Love it, man. Love it.
To me, like, if you guys follow me on social media, you will never see me like squatting and posting. My cars are not for you.
Yeah, right.
They're for me.
Yeah.
And they're rarely driven. But when I come down here in the basement and I walk amongst the cars, it's for me. It's my trophies. It's a way for me to be like, man, like, you should be proud of yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And that's where it is. And then just, it's funny. New money loves Lamborghinis, but eventually you realize that those cars suck and you just want a Porsche anyways.
Yeah, facts.
I'm probably going to be a little controversial.
No, dude, that was me growing up little, man. I painted my room yellow because of the Diablo, and, you know, obviously being in the business now, I've steered away from Lamborghini, and I'm all about Porsche.
One of my really good friends has a bunch of Lamborghinis, and we have this argument all the time, but he's got like Diablos and VTs and all the, like, the Mercy, like just the cool stuff and not the new stuff. But
yeah, busting each other's chops and stuff. Would you say you have a favorite?
A favorite car?
Yeah, or like, over your pastimes, what was like your favorite car that you owned, or, you know, what's your favorite car in general?
Man, that's hard to pick.
It is, absolutely.
It's so hard to pick. They all serve their purpose and they all bring a different level of passion to life.
Personality, how you feel in that day.
Ferrari, if I had to pick a brand, Ferrari pre 2020.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
My favorite car I've ever owned was a 458 Speciale Aperta.
What color was it?
It was TDF blue with gray Alcantara inserts.
Damn, that's 6 pack.
Yeah. Regret selling that.
Where's that car at? If you have that car and you see this, give us a call. We want to see it.
I sold it for $380,000.
We won't talk about what it's worth today.
I prefer not to. I also love modding cars. I love making cars my own.
Right.
And I'm a sucker for a sick wide body kit. Most of my cars have a wide body kit of some sort. Because I think they look so cool.
Dude, they're gangster.
I've also really fallen in love with some like really cool resto mods. Velocity Restoration does a great job. I've got 2 of their cars. I just finished building a 1995 Defender 110.
Sick.
That's really cool. So just I'm all over the place.
Right.
Man.
Yeah. That's sick, man. Obviously cars were like a big, like you said, they're your trophies. That's awesome. I know a lot of people use, and there's nothing wrong with it, material things to push them and to achieve their goals. And you work hard, you play hard, you know. So
for me, it's not homes, right? Like I feel like if I want to go stay at a nice home, I can rent it. You know, and I don't have to deal with the headache. I just couldn't rent cars like this.
Right.
And they rarely get driven. I mean, that car I've had since new. I ordered it from the factory, paint the sample, and it's got like 680 miles.
Yeah.
I don't drive them. I literally just sit here and stare.
Oh yeah, they're art. Technically, bro, they're artwork. Yeah.
You know?
It's sick.
And now that, you know, my son is one, I do believe that love of cars is inherited.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
he will come down here and all he wants to do is just
Yeah.
sit and look at the cars with me and get in and just like hold the wheels. My daughters never did that.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, obviously I went for my my fourth child shooting for the boy, but now I'm gonna have a girl. Is that what you guys are kind of trying to do, man? Because you got 3 girls, I got 3 girls. You got the boy, I got the girl.
No, man, no. I just,
Yeah, that's awesome.
I didn't even,
Yeah,
if it was up to me, I'd have 2 kids.
yeah,
Obviously, I love them all, but
absolutely. Yeah, right.
but my wife was the one pushing for more kids, and I was, you know, sure enough, like we
Yeah.
said, she was right.
Yeah, always right. Shout out to the wives again. Well, our company motto for 2026 is do the impossible. So I'll just leave you with the last question here. What does do the impossible look like to you from here on out, maybe? I mean, you already accomplished so much.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
You already kind of did the impossible.
No,
you know
no. I mean, what comes to mind for me now is like, I'm my 5-year goal in my organization, and this isn't impossible. It's going to be achieved.
Love it.
But I want to have 7 people making 7 figures.
That's awesome.
In my team. I want everybody to be over 6 figures in my team, because I am hell bent on creating generational impact.
That's awesome.
So do the impossible for me is I want to give $100 million.
It's fire.
That feels impossible today.
Yeah.
But you know, just because it feels impossible, that's the drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to give away $100 million.
Dude, that's righteous, bro.
So
that's sick, man. They say, I saw a thing on social, the real flex is not like the cars. It's providing for other people and allowing them to create the life that they want and provide for their family. Like that's real success, you know.
I don't ever want anybody, specifically if they have any involvement with me, to not either have the opportunity to go crush it in life.
Sick.
And if they have the opportunity and then they don't take it, that's on them.
Yeah.
But if they're around me in any capacity, they're going to get the opportunity.
Love that.
And that's how we're going to get our you know, we're going to grow through that.
Yeah.
So that's the impossible, man, is giving a lot of money.
That's awesome. Very, very powerful, bro. I want to say that where I grew up and how I came up, I never saw success. I never saw the money. I thought I was just going to do a corporate job and climb the corporate ladder, have my health insurance paid for, have a 401k, and hey, my family can't tell me anything. I'm successful. I have a real job. I show up at 8. I leave at 5. You know, like that's what it. And in that environment and growing up, you kind of like, it's hard to like trust people in that area because kind of people step on each other and take advantage of each other. And I want to say that whatever your perception is of wealthy people, bro, if you're in that environment, it's probably wrong because business is done off of handshakes. It's done off your word. Not to say that things don't happen and there's not snakes, but a lot more people do business the right way and want to see other people win. And it's about collaborating at the highest level so that, like you said, so that everyone can win and benefit. And it's not a scarcity mindset. Oh, I got to make this deal and screw that guy.
Man, but that's the snake, right?
Yeah.
The snake doesn't want to be a snake.
Right.
Like the snake is operating as a snake because that's what they've been taught.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? Like, and I truly, like, don't get me wrong. I've had my fair share of snake bites, and I've had my fair share of knives in the back.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, somebody was asking me yesterday this question. They're like, hey, why do you keep doing this when people just keep stealing your stuff and then they just go do it themselves for their own business? And I was like, man, that's not stealing.
Yeah.
That's just the only way they know how to follow that process. That's what they've been taught. You know, there's the right way to do it, and I have some incredible successors that have learned from me and have built it the right way. And then I have a lot of people that have taken from me and built themselves. It's not stealing. Like, I don't get upset about it. I don't lose sleep by it.
Right.
If they need to take my stuff, build their business off of my stuff, then I hope they win at the highest level.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that because they clearly need
Right.
that.
Yeah.
And hopefully one day they get to give to others.
Yeah.
And I'm going to wake up one day in heaven and Jesus is going to be like, hey, well done.
Yeah, love that.
Well done. You did a good job.
Yeah.
You know, even though you could have been spiteful, you could have been resentful, you could have been, like, you were more interested in the good that could have come from the bad than the bad that came from the bad.
Very powerful.
That's just, I don't lose a lot of sleep because of it.
Yeah, I've matured a lot over the last 10 years probably with stuff like that. You know, I don't take it. I let it roll and I keep it moving, and you know they'll get theirs, I'll get mine. But it's how I react and how I perceive it and how I frame it that allows me to not make it an ankle weight to slow me down.
I tell my daughter all the time because she's getting to that age, right? My 9-year-old, where like things like that are. And I'm like, the minute you get angry, the minute you then you just lost.
They got you.
You lost all your power.
Yeah.
Like, you don't give your power away.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely. I love that, man. Well, Claudio, I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, man, of course.
I can't wait to get on that
Appreciate
level
you.
so that I can hire GFG Solutions, baby, and you guys can set me up.
We'll do it, man, for sure.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you guys for tuning in, and all the best.